Welcome to the channel. Today we are in the Detroit Lions playbook, and today I have a little bit of a, of a unique scheme. Maybe not a unique scheme. I mean, a lot of people run bunch, but today we're going to be exploring a stacked alignment here with those receivers on the left, which helps you do a little bit different things with them. So, trying to scheme some guys up down the field. But let's just get right into it here. Of course, we are just matching with nickel here on the other side of the ball, but the inside zone, always going to be a really nice play. I mean, very versatile, probably the most versatile run in Madden, has been the most versatile run in Madden for a very, very, very long time. Just the ability to, bounce it outside. You just saw right there, the play before. Here we kind of bounce it up the middle. Just the ability to do different things with this run. I mean, here they're going to double mug us. And they have to do a pretty good job there of stuffing the run. But just a very versatile run. Inside zone, there is a draw out of this as well. But I really don't want to beat the run to death here. You kind of get the idea. You know how to run the ball. If you have more guys here blocking, like you only have 6 guys on your front here. Really only 5 guys in the blocking scheme, I guess, here. So if they have 5 guys, like here they have 3 down linemen and 2 linebackers that we're probably going to be running into. They do have an edge defender there, way far in like a wide 9 over Laporta there. But 5 on 5, we can take that there. Of course, is that Taylor Decker there? Kind of, I'm not sure who that is. I think Decker there. Not good. But so if you have the numbers, by all means, run the run game. You have a good running back, wherever the case. Everybody has a good running back in Mutt, but the run game there, fairly simple, fairly straightforward. First pass play that we're going to get into is flood drive. And this one is one you can just run stock here, folks. Or, you can do a couple adjustments. One of the adjustments I like to do is put Williams here, the guy that's off the ball in the stack. He can't get pressed. So putting him on this short cross here, the short, getting into that area of the field there, can't get pressed. So really, it's really nice. Of course, the linebackers they all back up the hell out of there, so it makes it really nice and easy there. But putting him on a shallow cross there kind of allows him to get a little bit more depth than that drag. And then you still have Laporta, and don't throw the ball to the other team. Don't do that. But you still have Laporta there on, kind of creating a flood scenario even more there with Gibbs and now Williams even getting deeper downfield. But another adjustment you can run is just putting Laporta, putting the tight end on a corner route. Now you can really see we're trying to use St. Brown as the clear out route down the field, and then make the whoever's in that purple zone, that light blue zone over in the flat there, trying to make him pick. Does he want to play his zone drops deep with Laporta? Does he want to play underneath and play Gibbs? And then we still have here, we actually have Williams on the short cross there. So if you really wanted to make two adjustments there, really nice play. And of course, if we're still, we have all day in the pocket, we still have Tesla coming across the middle of the field there. Like here, Tesla is going to be wide ass open, so we're going to throw him the ball too. So just a really, really versatile play, very tough to cover. A lot of outbreaking routes along with stuff coming across the middle of the field. So pretty tough for the user to key in on any one thing. Like here, Laporta is just going to torch his man. Of course, that is a linebacker and everything. You're probably going to be seeing more DBs and stuff like that, safety types in game. But still a really good play overall. And of course, like I said, you can still just leave him on the outbreaker. Well, there of course he gets bumped. But that's just kind of luck of the draw there. That is kind of why I do like to put him on a little bit sharper of a break or two. That seems to happen a little bit less, but doesn't happen all the time. Here he's just going to be, got to come back to the ball a little bit better. Probably had Jameson Williams underneath, but you get the idea. A very nice play to start the scheme there. Next one here is going to be switch wide receiver drag, and this is kind of the same thing here. I like to make the same 2 adjustments. I like to put Laporta and Williams on either put Laporta on a corner there, or you can put Jameson Williams on that short cross there. Either way, whatever you prefer. I kind of like to leave him on a drag a lot of times, just kind of differentiate. And another thing you want to do with Laporta too, if it is first down, 2nd and 15, something like that, smart routing him does, get him down that field a little bit more. Or you can just do a custom stem, right? Hold your LB, hold your whatever it is, and you can do a custom stem on him, and really get him deep and. I try to really work the field. Same kind of deal here. Trying to work Laporta and Gibbs in the flat, and that high-low there. Still have St. Brown on that big post right there. And then Tesla, if you get man coverage over there, one-on-one, maybe that's something you look towards. If I would have got the ball out a little bit earlier there, St. Brown was very wide open. So need a little bit better quarterback in there. From your quarterback there, boom, St. Brown going to let him break. And of course, he does have, that is with Christian Gonzalez on him too. It looked like he had, I'm not exactly sure what X factor he had, but it did light up there. So still a really, really nice route to go on ahead and get open there. And of course, they're just going to give you the running back against the blitz there. We will take that all day, every day. Pick up, 7-8 yards, not too bad right there. So 2 really nice plays, kind of builds off each other, very similar. You're attacking very similar areas of the field. Another thing you can do when you're running this switch wide receiver drag, you can just put Laporta on the drag as well, and then you're kind of running mesh with, a big post and a big corner there. See if we can kind of dial that up there. We just run mesh underneath, give it to our super speedy receiver in space, and we like that as well. So a ton of different things you can build off this. Of course, you don't want to be a robot in these schemes. You can't just do the same exact adjustments I'm telling you to do right now. You are actually going to have to play your opponent and adjust to your opponent's defense. So just calling the same exact plays that I'm doing right now and the same exact adjustments over and over and over again in the game is not going to be a good thing for you. And this scheme will not work if that's what you're going to do with it. But if you mix it up, of course, putting him on the corner, putting him on the drag. And of course, I'm just talking, talking to probably a select few people, but it is the internet, so we do have to go over that every once in a while. But overall, just a nice scheme here, just a nice way to throw the ball around the field there. Jameson Williams to get on the drag, and drags are really nice as well. I mean, they're just really tough for the computer. The computer actually doesn't cover them, so they kind of have to be covered by a user, or your opponent's got to play underneath, something of that nature, and it just makes it a little bit annoying there. Mix those in every now and again. And another one I do want to give you here is just streaking Sam Laporta. Like, say you really want to attack that seam there. I mean, here Laporta is just going to get wide open, and we're going to throw him the ball. But it helps to have a really, really fast tight end. Laporta not exactly the fastest guy, especially just his regular base player in Madden. But being able to send that tight end down the middle of the field and kind of clear out for St. Brown there. Another one is really changing his route stem really far down the field, like way far down the field, make it like a 20-yard route, something like that, and then he can kind of creates crossers. And, well, you're going to throw a pick. It's life. But 2 really good plays to kind of build off each other. Flood drive, switch wide receiver drag. Last one we'll go to here is red zone scissors. Pretty simple as well here. Of course, I mean, I'm just going to kind of run through all the adjustments I would do. Maybe you want to drag him, kind of create, conflict over the middle with Laporta and Tesla there. But I really like to either put him on a corner route there, or you can leave him stock, leave the tight end stock, and just, put him out there on a drag. Another thing you can do is put St. Brown on the post, and it kind of looks a little bit funky, but you are really flooding that side of the field, and he does get a little bit deeper than the running back coming out of the backfield. And of course, we are trying to set up Gibbs out of the backfield here, so I'm going to kind of use Laporta to clear those guys out in front of him. Well, I mean, Laporta's actually just going to beat everybody down the field there. And again, using the custom stem, you probably don't want to break him off right there. Red zone scissors, put him on that. But putting Laporta, on a little bit of a custom stem, putting him down the field a little bit more, give you that little bit more separation there between him and Gibbs. And then, of course, you still have Tesla, that big on the ball X receiver type of guy, can get off press, stuff like that. Of course, a little bit slower in this regular mode, but being able to get off press, still coming across the middle of the field, really like that. And then you still have your fast guy over there. If they completely neglect that side of the field, because maybe you aren't throwing the flats a ton over there, you still have Jameson Williams to still want to come back over there, coming back to the ball. But just a really nice scheme, of course. I really love these running back routes out of the backfield here. And Jared Goff, I thought we were going to dice one up there. I don't know. I guess Laporta didn't go out on a route there. Not exactly sure what happened. But Laporta did not go out on a route. So put him up there a little bit more. And there, Jahmyr Gibbs is just going to be wide open, which is exactly what you want to see, especially with him on a linebacker. I mean, again, I don't know how much that's going to really happen to you personally in your games with just guys playing linebackers out there. If it does, you're lucky. I wish I would get your games. But most of the time, you're going to see safeties. You're going to see corners. Guys like that, guys that are faster, guys that are more agile, better coverage players. So of course that does kind of even out, I guess, the running back routes. But the running back routes are they're so unique, and they're very tough for the user to cover out of the backfield. Try it yourself. I mean, you have no idea which way this guy's breaking, and he has a 5-yard run on you. You can't press him off the line of scrimmage. Just tough for a user to cover. So being able to do different things with the running back is a benefit. And of course on these other plays as well. I mean, you don't just have to leave them on. I mean, flood drive. I mean, I do like that flat route, but I mean, like this play, switch drag. I mean, you can put him on a curl route over the middle of the field. Use him, put him on the other way. I have him out breaking to the left here instead of Laporta. Put Laporta on the corner and have Gibbs breaking out to the left. Ton of different things you can do with this scheme. And of course, Gibbs gets just locked up by the big guys at the line of scrimmage. Still able to make a little bit of something out of it, but a ton of different things you can do with this. I love the stack to the left side of the field. Again, makes that guy that's off the ball unpressable. Just really nice scheme out of this Detroit Lions playbook. Very explosive. But that is all I have for this one. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what formation you want to see next, what playbook you want to see next. It's been a while, so I have a lot of catching up to do. Offense, defense, kicking game, special teams, whatever it is you need, let me know in the comment section. We're going to keep pumping these videos out. So I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Later.